Kingston on Friday, April 22nd. It's NXT Live for the first time ever. Experience a historic night of incredible action as the next generation of WWE superstars make their triumphant debut in Kingston. Don't miss the worldwide phenomenon. The future is now.
This is the place to be!
This is NXT!
It's NXT Live in Kingston, Friday, April 22nd. Tickets are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marani here at MWF Studios, just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Massachusetts. Check out some cool offers we have at the end of this video to find out how you can do your part to support indie wrestling. Let's check out a sold-out WWE Monday Night Raw from London, England, April the 18th, 2016. The past two Raws have felt fresh and exciting due to their presentation and the storyline of Shane McMahon running the show. At the same time, at least to me, I think it's an insult to have had fans invest 6 weeks of the build-up for the Shane McMahon-Undertaker match and stipulation at WrestleMania to turn it into nothing, even though Shane lost. The stipulation meant zero. I polled fans on Twitter prior to Raw last night to check out their thoughts. 86% of the fans wish WWE came up with another storyline for Shane at WrestleMania, so this storyline made sense. 86%. Granted, it's a small sample of the fan base, but they all look at this stipulation as nonsense. And that's to the fans that are still watching, not the ones that have turned the product off over the years. You know the ratings issue right now isn't exactly a positive one, and to that I have to say, ouch. Raw opened up with the debut of the Ambrose Asylum talk show, dead center in the ring like the rest of the modern day WWE talk show segments. How about giving these guys a real set, maybe off to the side of the entrance stage, or even on the entrance stage? None of these segments will ever be remembered by the fans the way a Piper's Pit was, to say the least. They all look and sound the same. Got to differentiate. Shane McMahon, the man in charge of Raw that lost the match at WrestleMania to earn the rights to run the show, was Ambrose's guest. Footage of Shane jumping off the cell at WrestleMania was shown. Ambrose asked what he was thinking. Shane said he was thinking of the fans and ran down a list of stars he wanted to push that normally wouldn't get a chance in the WWE bubble, such as AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Sasha Banks. Interesting play on reality on that one, especially where Shane has repeated what so many diehard fans have been vocal about. Kevin Owens interrupted. He was not impressed with Shane's effort. Sami Zayn came out, said Owens was riding his coattails, and he wouldn't even have been signed to WWE if it wasn't for Zayn. Chris Jericho came out and got into it verbally with Shane McMahon, then an all-out brawl with all four men ensued. Say what you want about Raw opening with the predictable 20-minute monologue, but even this felt fresh, new, and watchable. I applaud WWE and the Stars' efforts here, to say the very least. It was announced that Owens would face Ambrose in the main event. After the commercial break, Chris Jericho defeated Sami Zayn in the opening contest. Thought this was very good. Some diehard fans complained that Sami Zayn doing quote-unquote conservative jobs isn't helping him get over. Come on. Learn how the wrestling industry operates before you make such stupid statements. If Zayn was beating Fandango on the Superstar show on WWE Network, would you be happier? Zayn is being featured in top matches on WWE's national television programs, seen by millions of fans around the world, and he got beat in a featured segment on the aforementioned show by a multi-time world champion that's been on top at WrestleMania. And you think that's a problem. Jericho's always been willing to put guys over, but if he loses to everyone, no one gets over if Jericho does jobs for them. It's as simple as that. Look at how great of a job Jericho did with helping get AJ Styles over to the point he's at right now. It's ridiculous. I'm sure Sami Zayn's paycheck for his efforts will dispute the notion, as I don't think the proverbial 5-star matches on internet pay-per-view came close to matching what he's getting from Titan Towers biweekly. Backstage, Mauro Ranallo was interviewing AJ Styles when his New Japan running buddies Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson showed up. A reunion was in the works. as their history in Japan was mentioned. I have to say, I think Ranallo is outstanding on SmackDown. He has an interest in the product, a passion, a great presentation, one that Michael Cole doesn't have. And after 19 years on the job with WWE, the qualities Michael Cole will never have. Ranallo should be the voice selling WWE superstars, events, and products. He's more believable. He's the better salesman. I'd fight that argument to the death. Cole is very good at doing sit-down interviews, voiceovers. There's plenty of things Michael Cole could do in WWE. It's just that Michael Cole is not that good of an announcer for wrestling matches. And what kind of a product are you selling? And what I consider an upset, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy defeated the Dudley Boys to advance to the finals of the Tag Team #1 Contenders Tournament. These post-WrestleMania Raws, all three of them, have been about creating and pushing new stars. It's refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air compared to what it was, as some of the 3-hour Raws heading into WrestleMania were draining to sit through. The Dudley Boys didn't need the win here, and Enzo and Big Cass do. The commentary team put this win over as something big, something important. Winning a wrestling match should be important. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns came out to thunder his boos for the third straight week since he captured the gold. Reigns repeated the line that he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy, but he's the guy, and I like that line. I think it enhances what he's doing right now. AJ Styles came out to a tamer reaction than he's had in recent times. Reigns said the whole world likes Styles, but they won't like it when he beats him at Payback. Styles left, then Reigns was jumped by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Great way to push Gallows and Anderson in Week 2 after they jumped Reigns' cousins, the Usos, last week on Raw, setting them up for an even bigger spot with Impact. Styles watched, and he acted disappointed that his friends asked Reigns. Styles later said that he had nothing to do with it, and he was not aware of it. Baron Corbin defeated Fandango real quick in a match that focused more on Corbin and Dolph Ziggler's issues. Ziggler was at ringside doing commentary for the matchup. Corbin threw Fandango into Ziggler before using the End of Days for the victory. Ziggler and Corbin got into it, and Corbin hit an End of Days on Ziggler on the floor. I'd expect to see these two collide at Payback in Chicago on May the 1st. We had another vignette of the new look Primo and Epico, the former Los Matadores, putting over the beaches of Puerto Rico where they live, and that where they live is better than where you live. Hey, I'll tell you this, they're going to enhance the tag team division regardless. Miz TV was up next with WWE Intercontinental Champion The Miz and his wife, the lovely Maurice. Cesaro came out once the Lovebirds started making out in the ring. Fans were rough on this one. Miz started to reenact Liam Neeson in Taken. Cesaro took the mic, and he quoted Roddy Piper from They Live. He's here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum. Love that one. Love Hot Rod. We still miss the man. Miz teased that he was going to fight Cesaro, but said Cesaro already had a match with Rusev. Cesaro one-upped him. He said he spoke with Shane McMahon, and the match would now be an 8-man tag. Himself and the New Day teaming up to take on the League of Nations in The Miz. In 8-man tag team action, it was WWE Tag Team Champions New Day and Cesaro defeating the League and The Miz. A little long here. The fans appeared a little bored, as usual, with the uninteresting, failed League of Nations that appear to be splitting up much sooner than later, which is a great thing for everybody involved. Cesaro pinned Sheamus with the Gotch Neutralizer. And Divas action. No, not Divas action. Cross that off the list. It's now women's wrestling, and I love that an awful lot. It was Paige, Natalya, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch defeating the WWE Women's Champion Charlotte, Naomi, Tamina, and Summer Rae when Natalya made Charlotte submit to the sharpshooter. Perfect finish in the continued build for the women's title match at Payback when Natalya will challenge Charlotte for the gold. In the second semifinals match of the #1 Contenders Tag Team Tournament, the Vaudevillains defeated the Usos in another upset of sorts, as both teams fresh from NXT have advanced to the finals. Crowd was pretty quiet here. They're not all that familiar with the Vaudevillains everywhere. It certainly wasn't a reaction like it would have been WrestleMania week. Apollo Crews defeated Heath Slater. There was a stipulation that if Slater won, Crews would have to join the Social Outcast faction per an agreement that took place on the Raw pre-show on the WWE Network. Adam Rose was missing here. He's been suspended for 60 days due to a WWE wellness test violation. In the main event, Dean Ambrose defeated Kevin Owens in a hell of a match, certainly worthy of its main event positioning and worth going out of your way to see. Fans thought it was awesome. They went nuts at certain points in London. Ambrose went over with the dirty deeds, and then after the fact was laid out by Chris Jericho with the Codebreaker to continue the build for their feature match at Payback in Chicago. Great build towards the feature matches on the pay-per-view, the payday, when you get to see the big matches, the climax. That's how TV shows should be built, to get to the pay-per-view to give you the payoff, when in theory you're paying either crazy money on pay-per-view or $10 on WWE Network. How about that now? All in all, I liked Raw. It dragged at certain points like any 3-hour broadcast will. but it was much better than it was not at any time. There was nothing insulting my intelligence other than the positioning of Shane McMahon as the boss, even though he lost at WrestleMania. The matches, the angles, the interactions, all fresh and original. That's going to grow the audience, just like it did starting in late 1997 when WWE's roster was dead and depleted during the Monday Night Wars. Fans, check out the results of our poll this week. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. I didn't agree with this one, but you know what? The fans have spoken. Love to hear your thoughts on Raw this week. Please leave your opinion in the comment section below. Fans, check out the MWF store. We have some awesome deals for you, and every purchase helps us continue to produce more live wrestling events and free video content for your wrestling enjoyment. If you missed WrestleMania, the WWE Hall of Fame, or NXT TakeOver, click the link below and get 1 month of WWE Network absolutely free. Please use our link as WWE helps us out a little for sending great wrestling fans their way. WWE Payback comes your way live Sunday night, May the 1st, from the Wild Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. The price is right to watch it live, along with network-exclusive programming. Thousands of hours of content available on demand and experiencing everything from WrestleMania week with the click of a button. Do your shopping with Amazon.com and WWEshop.com using our links below and help support indie wrestling. No matter what you buy on either website, including non-wrestling merchandise on Amazon, we get a thank you from our online partners. Doesn't cost you one extra penny. Fans, the Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary celebration is upon us this summer. What we've been able to produce and experience in a decade and a half is amazing. And we're going to keep building more and more great content for your enjoyment anywhere on this planet. Continue to check out the BostonWrestling.com super site. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at MWF2001. And subscribe to our YouTube channel with more than 900 free videos. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well.